afternoon, evening. I don't know. You tell me what you're doing, but let me know how you feeling though. Hope you're doing good out here. Just coming to you live today. Gonna put everything out here, get everything started. Kind of contemplating what topic I want to talk about today, but we just gonna talk about different things. See what we got to work with today. Might be a slow day, so I'm just gonna kind of put this thing out here today. We're gonna talk about it. You saw Denzel Washington about ready to give a two piece to that cameraman over in Cannes. So we're gonna talk about it today. Coming to you live today. I'll see how many people come on today. Probably if I'm a betting man, I'll probably be on for like we're gonna see. Try to get an I'll try for an hour if I get enough action on here. We're gonna see what we got. So we're gonna see what we're working with. I don't want to talk about well, I'll talk about basketball if someone brings it up, but I'm just gonna talk about we'll talk about that if someone wants to. It's a lot of chit chat going on, so we got a lot of little stories going on. But Denzel wasn't playing, and they think because you Hollywood that you're gonna sit there and take that like you at a Diddy party, take this, take that. Denzel said, "Not today." Denzel's like, "Not today. I'm not the one." No, Denzel's like. So anyway, we're gonna be doing different things though. Mm-hmm. Everybody's having a good day. We're gonna see what's up. We are live and we are in color today, and we hope that you are doing well. We hoping you're having a good day. So Denzel Washington got a special award. He's got that movie out that's gonna be with him and Spike Lee, and so I haven't got the whole gist of it, but um, you know, another movie between the two, one of the greatest dynamic duos. Definitely a standard in black filmmaking because Spike Lee and Denzel, as far as black films go, uh, I can't think of another tag team that has been dominant. Uh, you don't even know who someone is, and you come here saying some stuff like that. What are you going on about? These trolls are pathetic. People used to come on and have some class and dignity and say, "What's up? What's going on?" Just don't even, you know, don't even be making no sense about what goes on. I have to watch it on other forums that I see where people get robots and people just say any old thing. So just a lack of tact. in the magnitude. You never know what's going on. So we're gonna see what's up. But anyway, yeah, I want to talk about the Denzel Washington thing because that was a big thing. What we got? We're gonna see who comes through today. It might be a slow day. I don't know. Depends on where you are and what you're doing. But I'm not for the trolls. That's for sure. So if you're trolling, you're gonna have to roll elsewhere. I'm not with it. So, but anyway, just curious as to people's thoughts about that. Yeah, he's one of the most generous people when it comes to paparazzis. I've seen him out and about with people, and he talks to them. He's had lattes. He's been very polite, cordial. You know, I've seen some celebrities they stuck up when the cameras click and all that. He's not one of them. So when you get on the bad side of Denzel, you know that it's like you did it. There's certain people they can be just got their head up their behind and they act funny. He ain't one of them. He ain't one of them. So it's just unfortunate that sort of thing happened. But he had to let him know, you know, don't try me. So and I can appreciate that though. Just saying. But anyway, pretty quiet day so far. We just kind of like in chill mode. We just starting out. We're gonna be here for a little while. We'll see what comes through. Feel free to come through and connect. See what time it is, real quick. What's up? Oh, perfect time. I'm glad you came through. Thank you for coming through. I was getting that word that everybody gonna come through. I came a little bit early today. Just had to do some grocery shopping, so I'm back. I'm gonna go out in an hour. Oh, okay. Well, you know about that Wi-Fi. You know about that Wi-Fi, and I've experienced it too. That's why when I go live, I have to be in a spot where I know I won't lose nothing because it would be frustrating for me to be out somewhere. So I make sure that I stay in friendly spots when I go live. Oh yeah. And one of the things about it, like I go to some grocery stores and that thing will jump out. I got a true story. So I used to be with T-Mobile, right? And the funny story is I was at a store and the T-Mobile system is like outside the door, right? If you go to the right side, you lose your power. Yeah, unless of course you give them emojis or those one-liners because you can't really get comfortable. I know what you mean. Or if I do go live and I was outside, I have to stay neutralized where I have to not be on the camera, which I might do if the weather is good. I pick a day to go out there and do that, but I like to be face to face sometime. Because if I go out and about, I might take people on the journey. We might do one of those outings, but then I double over with the computer because, sometimes a reception. So that's all. But yeah, I know what you mean. Even when I go on someone else's live stream, I like to be at home because it's tough to enjoy it outwardly unless I'm only going to be there for like 2 or 3 minutes. But I'm glad you're doing good today, though. Yeah, thank you for coming through. So yeah, let's talk. What's on your mind? You always got a lot of interesting questions, so you're the only one here. So let's do it. Let's do it. To quote Tone Loc, let's do it. Let's see what's going on. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. And see, you better come up with something that sounds like a Rico. That just sounds like a Freako. There's a difference between Rico and Freako. The thing is this: he guilty of something, but he ain't guilty of what they pushing out with that. They using an assault which they didn't push because the powers that be held the tape back. See, you blame it on the people who are in possession in LA and different places. That was bought and paid for. Statute of limitation ran out. They can't do nothing in Cali. She did. And you know what? Because they're trying to give her immunity. It's a trade off. That's what the government can do. See, it's a dirty game, but they could flip. They could flip. And you know how they could flip? They could get on tax evasion. They got to get on something. But she ain't hardly no saint. I've had to have these debates with folks. I was like, look, she's one of the worst witnesses I've ever seen because she still got feelings for the man. She still got feelings for the man. And her husband is getting treated like the simp Hall of Famer because ain't nobody buying all that. But this the thing. The what they got against him, I told you before, as I said, it's because he spoke against that liquor company, Ciroc and all that. That's what it is. And he got sobered up. He said the wrong thing. Now they coming after the thing with him. The problem that they got is that this is not a slam dunk life sentence case. It's a 15 years tops, but more than likely 8 to 10. Because if you really look in totality, you're not getting him for anything but being a perv. But you got to have some hardcore proof that they're brothers. And if you got people who ain't testifying, and Cassie is your X factor, oh, you in trouble. She does. No, I was on. I'll give you this. I was on Willie D's show watching Willie D last night, and Willie D said he thinks that's gonna end in about 5. He said about 3 to 5 years. Willie D was talking about that last night. Willie D said that already. He said he gives it because you gotta remember he sat there with her when nothing, and now when it comes in, think about it. Oh, I got a feeling because she's for the streets. You gotta remember something. When you for the streets, how often do those relationships? Well, have you noticed anybody that's in that industry that's for the streets that they had this long term happily ever after? Who, who? Unless of course they put on a facade like Jay Z and Beyonce do. Another time I ten, if they for them streets, it's gonna come out. Just saying. So, and she canceled her tour. She was gonna go on tour. She got that money. She should have still gone on tour. The dude gonna spend that money up, and the lawyer's gonna get her, and it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, she got feelings for Diddy. Sit there for no 10, 12 years, ain't like you got amnesia. I don't know. I don't know. I know she's, you know, something's going off with that. And then she's 40 plus, so that's a very interesting curve if she is. That's an interesting curve if she is. Because that means like she's what, 44? That's an interesting curve to be trying to carry one at this stage. But I don't know. I have to go to the beehive to see what's up. And I ain't really, all I know is that she's trying to push the paper. That's all I know. She pushing paper. They trying to get some papers. That's what I know. They gonna be considering moving over, getting out of America, and they trying to push some paper. That's all I know. I don't know how well she got money. I don't know how rich she is. She got money. I don't know. I never know what goes on in the beginning. You know, she lost a lot of money. I know that. He lost a lot of money too. All them scandals came with Jay Z lost millions. And if you watch Salome Bio, she does like psychic. She already said Jay Z and them are next. Salone already said that, and I believe her too. I believe her Cause this pattern is too. It's definitely a roller coaster that's coming into view. It's definitely coming into view. So just stay tuned. I don't know. Oh yeah, good. People taking the poll, so Denzel's getting the love. Well, that's good to see. Cause I know that what happened was unfair to him, and Denzel let it be known. Just because you got money don't mean you have the best doctors. That's just something that people like to think. There are people who, so you just never know. Because the word was Joe Biden had got a clearance of health, and then this came up, so you just never know. You just never know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Anyway, keep on hitting these polls, hit these questions up. Feel free to come on in here. We welcoming you today. It is Tuesday. Let's see what I got in my pockets. I'm feeling pretty good today. Get out of here in about, yeah. I don't bank it on the money though. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna keep on seeing what we got today. It's got kind of quiet, so everybody's still on. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Tell me something. Tell me something today. He yeah. We're just out here waiting. Live stream today. Live stream today. What we got? What we got? What we got? Okay, if you're bone, please let me know. Let me know. Just send out the more notifications to see if people gonna come through. Mm. Okay, it's kind of quiet today. We'll see. Gonna have to wait a couple minutes. It's fine. So if I don't get anyone through, I'll probably just wait another 10 minutes. I have to wait and see if anybody's coming through. Timing is everything. Unfortunately, with these notifications and so on and so forth, it's just yeah. I never know what happens with everybody. get no clue. Okay, so we're just kind of waiting around. I don't know where everybody went. It just got all quiet all of a sudden. Like I said, if I don't get too many people come through, I'll cut it to 10 minutes today. I'll cut it to half hour today. It's okay. Some days be like that. Some days you get a heavy amount of people come through in conversation, and some days you don't. So it all depends on what's going on. I can't take it personal. I just want to. So I just sent out another one. Feels like DJ Khaled said, just another one. But anyway, yeah, like I said, Denzel has been very speaking his mind in the past year. Things been going on, so we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. And give this just like I said, another 10 minutes. I thought I had one person who was gonna converse today, and then it just went. Hmm. So it happens sometimes. So if you don't catch it, then again, the other ones that don't come through, they'll be the rebroadcast when I put them on the podcast. And so there'll be more videos coming soon. Everybody that comes through and wants to communicate, feel free. No, no. I wonder what happened to you. No, no. It's like there ain't gonna be another Denzel Washington. Because when people ask these questions, you got to think about the era and the time we were in and technology. And the thing, yeah, I wonder what happened to you because I was gonna give it a bounce because yeah, only person I got so far through here to talk to. So I'm just saying. Um, no, the eras was different. The atmosphere was different. He's auditioning for a job. What's up, Rich? What's up, Rich? He'll get him a job. I don't know who's gonna hire him, but the Lakers were smart. They have him as a head coach and fire old because old what's his butt ain't JJ ain't Malone been there through the threshold, but they need Malone could coach somebody, but he wants a legit job. It's gonna be hard. You get fired from arguably with the best player going. I don't know. Well, the thing about with Michael Jackson, again, you gotta remember when he came out. Everybody, like if you grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the technology wasn't as extreme as it is now. So if you came up after '05 to now, record stores are obsolete, buying albums almost obsolete, tapes, etc. And you've done more file sharing. So your life in the last 20 plus years is so completely different. So if I go all the way from when Michael came out from 69 till about was it '04 or 05, before digital took over everything for the most part. You still have CDs still selling, but you know what I mean? It's not the same. And the technology then changed everything. So you're not gonna have an artist that people grew up with. Better entertainer, Donna Ross. She got better songs. She got better showmanship. She's a professional. She's a pro's pro. Beyonce ain't got the songs to match that, and she got the better voice and puts on a really good show. But Donna Ross figured out how to the whole nine, the whole nine, and more versatile too. That's why Beyonce is hoping for this country project. Well, on star power and potential, it's Ant, and it ain't even close to the others. I like Bronson a lot. He play hard, but he could be injured. SGA is probably the coolest one of them all because his 25-30 looks so cool that you forget what he's doing. Halliburton is a wild card. He's a wild card because if he's as good as he acts like he could be, he could be a challenge for the top. He's one of those guys. He go anywhere from 1 to 4. The only one in that list though, because Ant and SGA, I can see that, and Brunson is going to be a hard nose second, third. Halliburton's a wild card. Donna Ross. Yes, Beyonce has a better voice, but Donna Ross got the better catalog. Donna Ross got the career. Beyonce's had the most, been given all the awards, but she ain't that dumb. If you're a star and you know, no, Beyonce got a better voice. Donna Ross is a stylist. I like Donna Ross's hit better overall, but Beyonce's a better vocalist because Donna Ross couldn't sing like Beyonce could. If she could, she never had that kind of voice. She's a stylist. She's a better stylist because she's had more versatile type of music. When you hear "Do You Know Where You're Going," and when you hear the Supreme stuff and "Love Hangover" and that, and you know those songs tailor made for her as a stylist, and she gives you better imagery and aura. And I'll give you that. But Beyonce got the voice, he just ain't put it to good use. Cause she's a stylist. When you're a stylist, you got that option if you know how to utilize the material you get. But if I had to put Donna Ross up against Shaka Khan and Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston, no. If I put up against Gladys Knight, no. Mm-mm. When you put up against people that can bring it, no. She ain't that kind of artist. I like her. And but some of the material was more cocktail lounge, not Sade cocktail lounge, not and again, stylist, a strong style. Look, Donna Ross is versatile. Musically, I'm taking Donna Ross. Voice, I'll take Beyonce. Because Beyonce can sing. She got nice tone and pitch. She just doesn't really always utilize it to songs and craftsmanship. Yeah, that's where it comes down to me. As Quincy Jones used to always say, it's about the songs, and it is. Because I mean, you can give me a great voice, but if you ain't got the songs, I mean, yeah. No, she ain't got better songs than Aretha Franklin. Mm-mm. Aretha stomps a mud hole. Now, if you want to put the Supremes up there, it makes it closer. But Aretha got the whole nine. Gladys moves me more soulfully. She's way more soulful than Diana. And Shaka changed the game with leading a band as far as a female. And I got more range with Shaka's career. And Donna Summers too. I take Donna Summers over Donna Ross. But Donna Ross got a bigger impact because of what she did with the Supremes. So I can't ignore that. But I take Donna Summers the twofer. Well, see, for me, Aretha gets the songs and the voice. Shaka got the voice. It depends. If we're talking Supremes material, then Diana can hang with any of them. If we're talking her solo career, she ain't touching Aretha, Gladys, Shaka, or Donna. She ain't touching no heavyweights. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Because I liked the stuff with Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards. I liked It's My House. I liked the Ashford and Simpson stuff and all that, and the boss and them coming out and all that. But they're not top flight material with not no Midnight Train to Georgia. She ain't got nothing like that solo. She ain't got no Every Woman like Shaka got or Papillon. She ain't got no RESPCT or Rock Steady until you come back to me, Aretha. She ain't touching that. not that. And I like Donna Ross a lot, but I gotta put, But if you, yeah, you go toe to toe with someone who led a group and then went solo and put against Beyonce, I'm taking Donna Ross. See, she's top five because of the Supremes alone. Aretha Franklin, Aretha Franklin, rock steady. I'm talking about the old school one, not what the Whispers did. It depends on what song you're talking about. Because if you're talking about in the '80s, that was the Whispers. If you're talking about in the '60s, that was Aretha Franklin, and they two different songs with the same title, but they both funky. So, but Aretha just so it all depends on what your tastes are. But I like Donna Ross a lot. You ain't getting no argument from that. You'll never hear me say anything that I didn't, because I did like her. You know what? I just want the right team to win. I'm gonna tell you like this: the stars in the sky want Ant to win. Okay, because he's got that it. He's got that it. And if he was to go off at this age and he rock the stage and beat all the past and then beat the present, oh buddy, oh buddy, and he's got that kind of. That's what they would want. Because I'm gonna tell you a story. If he goes off to the finals, win lose, he'll be as big as Kevin Garnett already. That's something to think about. No one's talking about that yet. If he's to go to the finals and win, he'll be bigger than Kevin Garnett. He'll replace KG as the most important player in Timberwolves history. He'll be that dude. That's how big the narrative is for him. Because KG went to the Western Conference Finals once, and he had league MVP. He was more decorated in a different capacity. But this cat got a chance to really do something. So we'll see. But I mean, SGA is the MVP. I think he gets dumped on. I think people take him for granted. And I think he got a nice, they treat it like a college team. No one gives them respect. So wouldn't that be something they go all the way and win? And considering their history, considering that their GM is one of the best GMs ever and all the MVPs they've had, so I don't have a problem with either one. But let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a book. SGA is the MVP, but Ant is the face that they want. Just gonna keep it a book. And in the East, people care about it because it's New York, and they like Brunson a lot, and it's because it's New York. Other than that, Tibbs gets some love. Indiana is the team that nobody really wants to have to acknowledge, but Rick Carlisle do be doing the job. So you got storylines. You got storylines. You got some real interesting storylines. But you got two teams returning, and can they make it to the finals this year? Indiana, Minnesota. Can they make it? So, and you got two other stories in New York and OKC. It's like one's been one's been overlooked and one has been underappreciated. So that you got some interesting stories. That's what I'm saying. That's what I just got through saying. Cause I mean, the dude, like, I don't know how many more MVPs and All Stars you can get. I'll get you Kevin Durant, pretty much, and at least get to another finals. You only been to one, and that's when Harden was a puppy. I mean, you can't have all that kind of talent, those MVPs, and you don't have nothing to show for it. That's a fraud. That's like pulling what the Oakland A's did with Billy Beanball, which I don't clap for. Some people do. I don't. I don't get excited about when uh, you know, because that's stat pattern 101. The cheat sheet, however you want to call it. That's cornball to me. You can't have all that. I agree with you. Sam Presti is on the clock. I'm gonna rate that. I'm gonna use that too because I'm gonna do a video about that. He is on the clock. it's true. How many more years they gonna do it? If they got a good chance because they got a young squad, they're not going anywhere. And I'm gonna do that video. I'll do that video in the next couple of days. Thank you, Rich. I'm definitely gonna do that because he is on the clock. And he just gotta do is win one. You just gotta win one. But you can't have all that and you don't win. I mean, I don't want to hear how great you are because that's some Billy Bean cheap baseball, which that's cute. That just sounds like you a tax write off. And I got a couple of videos I got to do. So anyway, great topic. Great topic. Okay, so what we got? Men at Work versus Human League. Oh, Human League. Men at Work had a great start to their career. Australian. They came up big. But I like the Human League songs more because they didn't really go for what they had. They started off hot though. Who can it be now? And come laying down under and all that. They had two, three big hits. Human League 80, 81. Which reggae song? No, because if you win, you win. No, what happened to him in Toronto is they lost Kawhi Leonard. And what do you expect's going to happen? He did get the chip, but he lost Kawhi. And that's huge to replace. That's what hurt Toronto. I believe if Kawhi stays, they got a chance to win a second ring. I think he wins too. And I think losing him was huge, and they never could replace it because, you know, because if was Lowry was there, Van Fleet was there, so you know, and Sock'em was there. It's just that when you lose a guy like Kawhi, you really ask him this question. These two, Cheryl Crow by default. She got a bit more going for because after the first down by Atlantis, that was it. Crow got a little bit more going for him, but I'm not feeling neither one of them. They both marginal as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'll say this: Atlantis Morissette came out the way you want to. If you got to come up with an album that just blows up, you know. And Sheryl Crow had the longer career though, but again, I ain't feeling neither one of them. I think they're both marginal. They both margies. But I never get asked a question about those two. That's funny. Never ever. And never would have thought of it either. So props to you. But no, I don't think Ujiri did just what happened in Toronto. You win, how you overrated? He won only what? It was only what 6 years ago. Now, if he was sitting there for like 20 years and he didn't win nothing, and he Beck's the artist, so that's kind of not fair to compare an artist to Nirvana because that's just not fair. That's kind of not fair. I Funny too because I used to like both of them. I used to listen to Beck. I liked his first two records, but I'm gonna give it to Nirvana though. Beck to me had a chance to be something, and he was kind of like a white pseudo hip hop take on Prince with his vibe. I liked I'm gonna lose it, but that was my song. And where it's at, he was happening. Look, his first two records, he was on point, and then he just kind of fell off. But I remember he got drunk and did R. Kelly's Bump and Grind. It was hilarious. No, Kawhi got out of because Popovich traded him, and Wimby and Fox is still a work in progress. We don't know how that's gonna pan out. So there's a big difference when they lost Kawhi. Popovich thought he was slick, sending him to Toronto. ring, and the joke is on Pop. That was a dynasty run there. If you stick with Kawhi, you never know. He's considered one of the 75 greatest players ever. Who knows what his legacy would have been like if he stays with the Spurs? Who knows? If they win that game in 90 and 03, I mean in 13, missed that free throw, him and Ginobili, they win that. Who knows how many rings he's got? Maybe history looks at him differently. Who knows? Because he was unstoppable with San Antonio until he had that got bumped in the league by Bajuli with the Golden State. So, just saying. I like Beck back then, but again, it came and it went. So did with Nirvana, but I like their Unplugged album. But I liked Fox, but De'Aaron Fox got to show me something because he looked like he a flash in the pan. I wasn't feeling how that went down last year with Sacramento, and he looks streaky. So I got to see something. They need another shooter, and they need about two or three pieces off the bench. And Wimby gonna have to get structured, and we're gonna see if he hits his peak, and he starts to hit the peak prime in another couple of years. He should be doing the next step though this year, this year three. We're gonna see where he's at. He'll either get into a David Robinson model or he'll be a Yao Ming model. We'll find out. We'll find out. Okay, that's some good questions right there, though. All right, feel free to ask away. I don't know who you roll with, Rich, because you always be telling about Jimmy Butler, and then you said that you hurt when the Spurs left. Kwame got traded, and they thought he was broken parts, and he didn't do nothing. He got traded to Toronto like a joke, and then he ends up winning that chip and changed fortunes because Philadelphia never was close again, and San Antonio hasn't even been a threat again. So a lot of things changed when Kawhi left San Antonio. So he's the one that got away. Uplifting, I gotta say, can't break my stride. Don't worry, be happy. It's just like one of them songs that's so random and it's got a lot of good quotes and stuff, but ain't nobody gonna live through that. But break my stride was about. Yeah, I know about Bobby McFerrin. Bobby McFerrin was like Al Jarreau. He played all the instruments with his voice. All right, well, we're gonna see what we got. Be on for 16 more minutes. It's kind of low key today. I can tell. Not, vibes today. We have good days. We have our days. We have our days. Some days more people than others. Some days less than others. Excuse me. All right. come through with conversation. Let's see what we got. Probably on a couple more minutes. I will definitely be back on tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get more rapport. We'll see what happens. See what we got going on. So, okay. See if anybody's gonna come through, because I think I will call it a day in about a minute. Well, there's nothing like gonna come through today. I think that new shoes. I can't wait. I did like Tom Tom Club, but I like a new shoes had that sense, but that groove was too tight. Tom Tom Club had a catchy song though, and that groove has been sampled quite a bit. So anyway, it's been kind of low key today. I'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully we can pick it up a little bit, see if people come through. Hopefully get a little more conversation. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good one, and I'll be back again. All right, stay safe, stay blessed, stay